but there will be a penalty.
His unsportsmanlike conduct
on both sides.
Offsetting penalties.
Of course, they do offset. Senators have the football at the 30.
Yeah, I think they just got tangled up. I apologize for saying that, but I think they did just get tangled up a little bit at the end of the play. Coaching staff was livid on the Robinson side there.
There are a lot of crickets on this field, or not on the field, on the stands. I mean, they're flying everywhere. And there was some miscommunication there as Simpson was trying to get the football to Kyron Grimes on the screenplay. Now, you cannot see it on the broadcast, but the crickets, there are thousands of them. And you can really see them at the stadium lights right now, on the other side of the field. People are having to move to get out of the crickets' way. They're diving at the stands as it's going to be a handoff to Bryce Young Cunningham. Oh, Cunningham, he's got some room to run. Cunningham, he's got a lot of room to run. Cunningham, he's looking for the end zone. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Senators. Bryce Young Cunningham, second score of the year.
I believe that is a 69-yard touchdown run by Bryce Young Cunningham. Very well done. Got the blockers, and the moment he saw green grass, he was going for black and yellow grass.
First rushing touchdown of his varsity career. Of course, he did a lot of that on the junior varsity team, 27 touchdowns on the junior high team in 2023. He's part of that undefeated squad, and he's playing extremely well all season long, but we've been wanting to see him get some more touches. Good to see that there. Tate, First Community Bank extra point attempt is up, and it's good. 28-0 is your score with 5:25 left to play in the second quarter. Well, while we have a break in the action, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Here at First Community Bank, we believe that investing in our communities provides us all with a brighter future, and it's something we've been doing since we were founded in 1997. We're proud to support the Senators and everything they do, not just because they're great athletes, but because they represent what makes community so special. People coming together to work hard and make something amazing happen. When you bank local, everyone wins. Go Senators, First Community Bank, where community comes first. And something truly amazing is happening right now. 28-0 is your score through a quarter and a half. Your Senators came out firing early, opening up the ball game with a two-play scoring drive. And now the second rushing touchdown of the day for the Senators, courtesy of Bryce Young Cunningham. Now Tate ready to kick this one off. And that one, they got to pick it up. And that was almost a disaster by the Wildcats.
Now, to be fair, that ball did take a weird bounce right at the very end.
Yeah, but it's got to bounce in the end zone for you to not touch it, for it to be a touchback. They just kind of looked at it. So the Wildcats will have the football at the 10-yard line. They could have gotten a little bit of a return out of that one. 5:06 left to play in the first half. Of course, still dealing with that running clock. Handoff to the running back. That play blown up immediately. 3 Senators in on the stop. Kimbrough was one of them. And a big loss for the Wildcats.
Wildcats back a couple of yards. Brings up second down.
Rayford, the quarterback, surveying the team. Of course, the play clock just didn't even start. Rayford running and picked off. Intercepted by Deuce Williams. Can he have touchdown number 3? He's eyeing the end zone. Frampton going out there and blocking. Deuce Williams, his third 3-touchdown game of the season. He's got
yeah, he has 3 touchdowns tonight. That's 11 on the season already. Deuce Williams, my oh my, is he? Look, you know, we were talking about it, and we were like, okay, you know,
the Crickets are dive bombing. I mean,
this is incredible.
Oh my gosh. Like, there's people that were in front of us that are just gone.
Our JV guys who we're talking to are gone now, too.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't understand the behavior with these Crickets. If someone does, feel free to comment. I mean, it's not exactly a warm night. Not really cool. As one of the officials is signaling something.
Yeah, he's talking to the
trying
clock
to fix
manager.
the clock, I believe. But
Now,
William Tate.
So long as William Tate makes this, there will be a running clock no matter what. If you are unaware, it is 35. If you're up by 35, then it is a running clock for
and he ran it to the kicker. Of course, the extra point is up and good, so William Tate nails the First Community Bank extra point, but one of the Wildcats trying to block the kick ended up running into Tate. So it will be a penalty, and I don't know how it usually is done, if it's addressed on the kickoff or if it's maybe, you know, they get a chance for a do-over if they do miss it. I'm not sure.
I've been given a text message and said the Crickets are Wildcats fans.
Oh, yeah, well.
You were not kidding. They are dive bombing. The one just fell right in front of us.
Yeah, we have there's some students on the right side. I don't know if they're moving because of the Crickets, but I would not be surprised.
Chris in the chat says, those bugs make me glad I didn't go to this one. Yeah, man. Like, genuinely, this is insane how many. It actually cannot be understated how many Crickets there are.
No, you can't. I mean, you can see them. I can see on the broadcast. You can see them flying around. It's not doing it justice. I mean, we're looking at the stands in front of us. If only we had one more camera. We're looking at the stands in front of us, and they are littered all over the seats. No wonder why everybody got up and left. I wonder if it's a problem on the field. I can't really see. I would not be surprised.
Okay, back to the game because we are lined up on the the opposite 45-yard line now. Because of that penalty.
And now it will be a touchback after Tate gets that kick sailing through the back of the end zone.
Miss Austin in chat says we can see them. Yeah. There are. Oh my gosh.
But they've only been this prevalent for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, like this is a new thing. Yeah, and I will say the clock will run nonstop in the second.
Incredible. Rayford and company ready to try to get some momentum back in their favor. 2 receivers on that right side. The lefty looking. He's got some time. No, he doesn't. Blown up. Campos, one of the Senators, in on that big play. Him and Caleb Smith coming up with the sack.
I don't believe that's another sack, but that is another really good defensive play out of the Senators here. And again, it continues. The storyline has been Deuce Williams, obviously, but again, this defense has been nothing short of amazing all year.
And at least what it looks like as of now, it's looking like their first half shutout of the season as that play blown up again. They got nothing. Trayshawn King, one of several Senators, in on the stop. And we are going to have a stoppage in play, I believe.
I believe it's a timeout.
Is it a timeout?
It is a timeout.
I believe it may be a timeout by the Senators.
Pointed this way, so that would be a Senators, right?
No.
Pointed that way.
Which way you point? Oh, you point that way?
It's a timeout that way.
Well, that'd be Watson Chapel.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Watson Chapel timeout, we do believe. Well, while we have a break in the action, let's hear from one of our other sponsors. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now. At UAMS Health Ortho Now, we provide fast, convenient care for all of your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. No appointment is needed. Walk in for immediate care, get on-site x-rays, and see the best in orthopedic care, all in one place. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon, conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674. You could go in before the Razorback game tomorrow. Perfect opportunity.
11 a.m. against Notre Dame. Also, Ms. Kyla Patterson in chat said, whole time I was thinking it was rain. It's raining crickets instead.
Yeah, it is raining crickets. That's absolutely true. Well, it is 3rd and long. Empty backfield. Rayford backing up into his own end zone. Had to get that one away. Smart decision. There is a flag on the field. It could be possibly a legal man downfield or an eligible receiver. Not really sure what the call will be. Another flag just went flying. Of course, there is no referee intercom. Did they just call that a safety? That was a safety? All right. I admit I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to football. But he stepped into the end zone, but he got rid of the football.
I'm a little confused at that.
All right, somebody in the comments is going to have to help us out. You saw the play. Make that make sense.
Ryan says, personal foul, too many bugs in my mouth, half the distance to the goal. That's the one right there.
That's a good one.
That's the one right there.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's what okay, Ryan, thank you so much. That is what I was going to say, but I didn't want to sound stupid. It was intentional grounding in the end zone. And so he was in the end zone.
That is true.
Intentional grounding turns into a safety.
I got to take a picture of these bugs. I'm serious. They are all over the place, right on the stands in front of us. Well, at halftime, if you guys really want a good idea of the bug situation here, you check out my social media, my Twitter page. I will have a few pictures about what we've been talking about all quarter long.
You know what? Maybe we've been judging them too much. Maybe they're here to watch.
Well, I'm not judging them, but there's just a lot of them. But here's the thing. They didn't pay to get in. It's going to be a short kick, and Josiah Warrior Benson stiff arms a man, but is brought down. That could have been his first return touchdown of the year, as obviously Robinson loves to do those. Clock has stopped at 1:28 as the Senator offense will take over as they are knocking on the door of the red zone. Frampton and Grimes, the receivers on the near side. Simpson still the quarterback, and it looks like that's Cunningham back in at running back. Warrior Benson, the receiver on the far side. Trey Petty also in the ball game. Quick pass to Warrior Benson. He stays on his feet.
Wow.
And into the end zone. Touchdown. Third touchdown of the day for Simpson.
The second touchdown of the season for Josiah Warrior Benson. Showed off a little bit of his speed there. Got loose off from 2 defenders there. Was able to make it into the end zone. Josiah Warrior Benson is a special player. Again, we've talked about committed to UCA for next year as a wide receiver. Yeah. Plays both sides of the ball here at Robinson, but I think wide receiver is his calling.
It absolutely is, and of course that was a 30-yard catch and run for a score as William Tate lining up for the First Community Bank extra point attempt. Campos, the holder. Kick is up, and it's good again. Tate is perfect on First Community Bank extra point attempts so far tonight. But as it stands, Josiah Warrior Benson has 154 yards. Excuse me, I had to do quick mental math. 154 yards receiving on the season off 8 receptions, and now has 2 trips to the end zone.
You know, if you had William Tate on a fantasy team, you'd be living right now.
You'd be consistent. Well, you know, extra point don't count as much.
It depends on, I guess, what your scoring is.
I mean,
you know what? This actually brings up a great question. On the Robinson Senators, we'll talk offensively only, and we're gonna exclude Deuce from this.
Oh, damn!
You know what I'm about to ask? Who would you take as your, let's say receiving core? Who would you take as your number 1?
All right, well, let me look at my stats here. So Hakeem Frampton leads the team in receiving yards.
Yes, and on very few receptions as well.
That's right. I mean, he's a big play receiver, averages 21 yards a reception, only has 1 touchdown. Is this a PPR league or a non-PPR league?
Half. Half PPR like ours.
All right, so
this is received and it's going to go down at about the 21, but yeah, we're saying like half PPR.
You know, I would probably say that Frampton is probably the safe choice right there. Now, because he does lead the team in receptions, leads the team in yards, does have a touchdown on the year, and it also does have a kick return touchdown, and an interception return touchdown. So he would be the safe choice, certainly, outside of Deuce Williams, but...
So you're telling me you would take Deuce if you had the choice?
Oh, absolutely. He's got 3 touchdowns, and it feels like he's barely played. He's had 3 touchdowns 2 other times this season. Probably.
He's got 11 on the year so far.
I don't know for sure, but I guarantee he leads the conference in touchdowns at this point.
Absolutely.
I mean, in total touchdowns for sure. Rayford hands off to the running back. And a big hit there laid out by Henry Kimbrough.
I want to also point out on those touchdowns for him. So last year he had 11 touchdowns rushing. He has 11 touchdowns overall so far. He had 14 total in 2024. And he's on his way to shattering that.
Absolutely. I mean, he had a great debut season for the – and the clock is going off. Rayford's got one more play, and that ball is dropped, and that brings the first half to a close. Your Senators with the 44-0 lead heading into the locker room. Of course, we will be right back with the second half of action here at Wildcat Stadium on the Robinson Sports Network.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting journey of learning and growth? Now is the time to register and become part of the Pulaski County Special School District family. PCSSD provides educational opportunities for families across more than 500 square miles. Discover endless possibilities, friendships, and unforgettable experiences that will shape your child's future. For more information about registration and school choice, visit pcssd.org/register. Join us as we build a brighter tomorrow, one student at a time.
It's not just a house, it's a home, and it's part of the neighborhood and, of course, part of the community. And you want to build stuff that they'll take pride in.
Well, that's where they're making their memories.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where they're raising their families.
You know, without the bank getting us to that next step, we can't do it.
It's nice to be able to call someone at the bank and say, hey, you've worked with us for all these years. This is what we're thinking about doing. Can we pull the trigger on this today? Oh my stars. It is just so much easier to bank with First Community.
I would say school choice is a great option. You can do your research like we did. Visit with other parents that have children in the district. We visited the schools before we made the choice to come here. We chose to school choice because we have had such a great experience here. Teachers, staff have been so helpful and reassuring, and we've been forever grateful for it. And I'd do it all over again. PCSSD is a great option no matter where you live.
give it up for the Joe T. Robinson Marching Band.
That would make him...
Let's give it up again for the Watson Chapel Golden Wave Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Turner.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
And welcome back to the Robinson Sports Network, presented by UAMS Health and by First Community Bank. 44-0 is your score after one half of play at Wildcat Stadium at Watson Chapel High School in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Whoa, we got a cricket! I told you, if you're following us on social media, we have a cricket in our broadcast booth now. Third commentator.
He found his way in quick.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He's trying to find the door, or rather the window.
You're an Eagle Scout. You can grab him.
Well, he's our third commentator. That would be inappropriate if I just picked him up and grabbed him.
Although I think he wants to help our producer, Avery. So
yeah, he's over here. He's helping you out. But 44-0 was your score, and if you're just now joining us, there's a lot of crickets over here at Wildcat Stadium here at Watson Chapel. Just kind of all of a sudden happened towards the beginning of the second half, and they have been littered all over the stands here. I think they've hit a couple cheerleaders. Yeah, they're trying to get them out of their way.
They're fighting them down there.
There's a lot, and of course, 44-0 again. But we had a running clock in the first half.
Which
still no clear explanation as to why, but we will definitely have a running clock here in the second half, as it is, coming into the second half up by 35 or more points. Running clock.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what will happen. So the Senators coming into this game, first conference game of the season, and Will, this was just, they have been dominant. The passing has been brilliant. The offense has been incredible. The defense has been great. They've already returned an interception to the house. And Deuce Williams already has 3 touchdowns, his 3rd game of that nature this year.
Wait. I'm just not thinking about this. He had a receiving, correct?
And a rushing.
He did it a 3rd time. I didn't connect the dots on that.
I've mentioned this like 3 times.
Dude, I've been so focused on these stupid crickets. I've been out of it, man.
3 touchdown performance by Deuce Williams. Rushing, receiving, defense.
His 3rd time doing that.
This year. 3 passing touchdowns by Reese Simpson in the first half. Had a big 70, 60-something yard rushing touchdown by Bryce Young Cunningham as well. Kyron Grimes found the end zone for the 2nd time this year. Josiah Warrior Benson also found the end zone for the 2nd time this year. We've had some great plays. Saw a big play by Braylon Brown to open up the ball game. And Watson Chapel, of course, has been held scoreless and has only had 2 first downs in all of the first half.
Both in the same drive.
Same drive, exactly. And they've been shut out ever since. But 2 minutes or so before we get the second half underway. But, Will, just what have you seen from the Senator offense? Because they came out firing and they have not let up. And now we'll probably see a lot of new faces now up by 44 points.
A lot of confidence out of Reese Simpson, honestly.
Absolutely.
And we talked about it a little bit before the game started. We wanted to see more confidence out of him. We wanted to see it. I like this reference, or I like this analogy, is you just got to see it go through, right? And this is, I feel like, the game that Reese Simpson has finally seen the ball go through the hoop, right? We were talking about it at halftime. I think no matter who you play, that second pass of the game, I believe it was Kyron Williams. Was that Kyron Williams that it was the touchdown to?
Mm-hmm.
It was a perfect pass. Literally could not have been any more perfect. He led Kyron Grimes perfectly down the field. It was a deep pass as well. Unbelievable throw. And so I feel like this is the perfect type of game for Reese Simpson to kind of get his feet wet and understand, okay, these guys trust me a lot. We haven't seen Hakeem Frampton. Hey, there he is. Here, you want out, bro?
Go on. Go on. Go. All right, and he's up under your folder.
Well, all right. Well, we have a friend anyway. Sorry.
Oh, you almost crushed him. Never mind. He's all right.
No, he's right here.
No. There was another one on the windowsill.
Hey, dog.
Cricket invasion. Absolutely. But, yeah, kind of going off of what you were saying about his pass to Grimes. Oh, he found a crack in the wall.
He got out. Wow,
all
that's
right.
impressive.
All right. Well, it was good while it lasted. That was third commentator. He wasn't getting paid, so bosses wouldn't like that. So never mind. But those vertical routes, those go routes, those over-the-head passes to his receivers 2 weeks ago, against Lakeside. Those passes just weren't on the money. They were a little short, a little long, just couldn't ever find that perfect middle he already has tonight. So it's great to see, and now we're about ready for the second half of action, ready to go. And we probably, in another cricket. And he's out.
He's not.
Hey. Whoa! Oh, my goodness.
He flew right at us.
Oh, my goodness.
That is an all-timer right there.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, there you go. Oh, he went out. This guy is... Let's not shut it. We can't shut it.
Not all the way.
Well, no, I know. Oh, jeez. All right, that's good.
That should be okay.
All right.
That's an all-timer right there, man.
Yes, we had a cricket.
Fly at me. He was attacking me, bro.
No, he wanted a hug.
No.
It's not always an attack.
We're not paying him, so it had to be an attack.
Why would you pay him for a hug?
You're right. Sorry. I just need some love, you know? I'm married, so. Miss Austin, we did not eat one. I'm not going to.
No. No.
I can't eat my co-commentator.
No, that's wrong on so many levels. Come on, Miss Austin. We're so much better than that. Well, I will say we will probably have a chance to see the backup offense for the Senators. Really haven't seen much of that here in this season. Of course, the Senators have had a couple big wins, but we really would love to see kind of that backup squad, the second team, if you will, as the Wildcats will have the football to start the second half.
Oh. Sorry, I had our stream open and it was loud.
So Rayford remains in at quarterback. Malachi Rayford, the senior. He hasn't really found his rhythm. He's already thrown an interception today. And maybe he can get something going here against a lot of fresh faces on that defensive side.
Miss Austin, I do want to say, if I didn't back up, I probably would have eaten that cricket by accident, yes.
And the ball went actually to the running back. Not intentional.
Accidental Wildcat formation. Also, I do want to, before we continue, I do want to give a huge shout-out to our cameraman, Chance. He is in the middle of a war with crickets.
Absolutely. He came in asking for an umbrella. I don't blame him. And he's outside. And
because we're telling you, they're dive bombing.
They're
bombing
everywhere. There used to be a lot of people in front of us.
Somebody's saying they're grasshoppers?
Nope.
But they've been very close to us. We think they're crickets.
Nope, they're crickets. And that pass, incomplete. No, they're not grasshoppers. They're, they're crickets.
What's the real difference between a cricket and a grasshopper?
I have no idea, but you can just tell the difference.
Yeah.
They're a bit bigger.
I'm gonna look. They're
not green.
Crickets are edible.
Well, yeah, you don't see fried grasshoppers being sold anywhere. You see fried crickets every now and then. Will be 3rd down and 6 from the 24-yard line. And there will be some stoppage in play. It will be timeout by Watson Chapel. So the first timeout used this half. And the clock has stopped at 9:25. Of course, again, with the Senators up by more than 35 points, the clock will run for the entire second half.
Okay, do you want to know the difference between the two?
Sure.
So apparently grasshoppers have short, stubby antennas that are much shorter than their bodies, while crickets have very thin, long, and often as long as their bodies, or longer antennas than their bodies. And apparently crickets rub their wings to chirp, and then grasshoppers obviously don't really chirp that much. They just rub their legs instead of their wings. But I was trying to figure out
So... okay, here's one.
Here's a friend. Okay, well, he can't get out. That's a
cricket.
That is a cricket.
He's got long antennas.
Yeah. Okay, well, that one.
All right.
Cool. I think we should start naming each one that comes in.
That one, I'm going to say Joe. Just classic. Joe. We
can go back and forth because there's going to be more than a few. There's one. Okay, no, that one doesn't count.
No, doesn't count. This has been a more entertaining broadcast than I expected, especially up 44-0. Who would have thought? I didn't think waking up this morning that I would be invaded by crickets as Watson Chapel has the UAMS first down.
going to be enough for a Wildcat first down.
Oh, there. Oh, here's one right here.
Oh, we got a name?
No,
Or do we need to name it?
He's got his wings. I think it
Oh,
may
I
be
see
Joe.
him.
I think it's Joe.
Is that Joe?
I think it is.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Is everyone that's going to fly in here Joe?
Joe.
Cool.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, there's another Joe.
Yeah, Joe. How about we get some audience participation? Because clearly, I don't want to call every one of them Joe.
Rick. We got Rick the Cricket.
Rick the Cricket. Okay.
Which one attacked me? I feel like that's Jiminy. That's definitely Jiminy that did that one. Jiminy Cricket 100% attacked me.
I'll bring a second down for the Wildcats.
All right. So this guy's Rick. There was Joe earlier. Jiminy attacked you.
Yeah.
Oh, here's this dude. Who's this guy?
I'm gonna go.
I know.
What you got?
Akel. We have a good friend named Akel. He's probably not watching this, but
he will see this clip now.
he's here with us in spirit.
The ball is dropped.
Oh, we have another one. And Watson Chapel has another UAMS first down.
It won't go down.
It was a great pickup by Rawls.
Okay, I was not talking bad about Pinocchio, man. Jiminy attacked me because he hated me, not because I talked about Pinocchio.
No. So Watson Chapel on the Robinson side of the field for, I believe, the first time this evening. So a productive drive here in the second half with 7 minutes left to play in the period for the Wildcats. Some positive momentum finally. Man in motion, Rayford looking to throw. It's a quick one over the middle. Got it completed for another UAMS first down. So Watson Chapel finally has something cooking here. That's Kieran Smith, the senior tight end / running back / defensive end with the big pickup.
And that was a very good pass. It kind of looked like he was not expecting that ball when he did it.
No, he did not expect
his
it.
arms were not out, nothing. It just fell right into his lap.
Yeah, he was wide open. It was a perfect pass by Malachi Rayford, who's really playing well here in this period. Of course, he's an experienced quarterback. He can run with his legs, but he's showing the arm talent right now. Will be handoff to the running back. Makes one man miss. Gets a few yards right there. It will be Nick Baker.
And once again, there is a running clock going now.
Yeah, we're now at 5:50 left to play in the third quarter. As now that play brought up 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line.
All right, there's another one. That one's going to be Michael.
Michael, that was a good one.
You think all these crickets know each other?
Oh, yeah, they're all family members. Don't you know that?
I did not know that, no.
Rayford running left and had to throw that football away. I will note he did have a